What's up, guys, and welcome to another edition of Celebrity House Tour Reviews. The response to Jake Paul's house tour review last week was so overwhelmingly positive that I've decided to do another one. And the honor of today's house tour review goes to a prolific entrepreneur, business influencer, media personality, and content creating phenom, the one and only Patrick Bet David. His unapologetic and thought-provoking approach to education and conversations has attracted millions of audiences from around the globe. So it's time to see if his house tour skills can do that too.
I'm Patrick Bet David. Welcome to the great state of Florida. Today I'm going to give you a sneak peek, a private tour of the house. Come on in.
Wow, great intro. He really knows how to build it up and capture your attention within mere seconds. The music, the scenery, the not so subtle motorcycle entrance, just enough to stimulate your senses and keep you watching. He of course points out that the bike he's riding is not just any bike. It's a Ducati Diavel 1260 Lamborghini, a super rare machine that represents the culmination of a partnership between Ducati and Lamborghini, limited in production to 630 examples worldwide. Very fitting of a $25 million mansion tour.
This gives you a glimpse of what Fort Lauderdale, Florida looks like. Take a look at this. Unbelievable. I think we are ready. This is a Four Seasons inspired property. It took 2.5 years to draw the plan and then 2.5 years to build it out. And it feels like a resort. It's a home. It's an entertaining home. It gave me a feeling of both. The first time we saw this, I said, I wanted to kind of hold myself back to my wife. I'm like, listen, we don't act too excited in front of the realtor. I walked out saying, this is our house. I love this place. Anyways.
Four Season inspired home, resort-like feeling, an entertaining home. Pat is definitely pulling on every viewer's heartstrings with those words. We all yearn for that home that's built for every season. A home that feels intimate, warm and fuzzy, but also has a luxurious resort-like feeling with its inviting, open, entertaining spaces.
Art pieces, I got a few art pieces. This is by Peter Tunney. This is custom made specifically for me. It's what we stand for as a family: lead, respect, improve, love. Right behind you is a Mr. Brainwash piece over here. Mr. Brainwash was a protege of Banksy. Every time he does one of these pieces, I think the Banksy logo is somewhere in there. I can't find it in this one, but I love his work. I love what he does. Obviously, when we entertain, you open this up, you can fit, we've entertained a lot of people.
The foyer of the home has some pretty cool features that Pat cruises right over as he dives straight into the artwork, which, don't get me wrong, is just as impressive. I'm a big fan of Peter Tunney and Mr. Brainwash myself, but what they do is add a splash of color to an already grandiose entrance with its double height vaulted ceiling, a stone feature wall, and a floating staircase with cable railing. The most amazing feature, however, which is the foundation of an entertaining home, no pun intended, is the sliding glass door that leads you onto a vast outdoor space with mesmerizing views right from the foyer. No need for your guests to trek through the house to get to the outdoor space. They walk in and walk right out. The outdoor space was clearly created for events, functions, parties, you name it.
On this side, the dining room, wine, champagne, drinks, humidor on the other side. I saw this piece here by Mr. Brainwash when we were in San Francisco. There's so many different things that he has in here, but I fell in love with this piece. On this side, you'll see a piece by a Brazilian artist. This was a piece I bought in Miami from an art gallery. It's Ayrton Senna and Michael Schumacher, two people I respect a lot. His documentary I probably watched 100 times. Matter of fact, she watched this here. Baby, can you tell everybody your name? What's your name? Senna is your name? Senna is her name. She's named after his last name. This piece here, I love this piece. It was a debate between this or Peter Tunney being in the front. Peter Tunney won because he's a close friend, and I love the fact that it's a custom piece. But this is done by a former hedge fund manager. My brain is kind of like this because he's got all these mathematical formulas, and then he's got words next to it: hustle, lust, need, trust, dream, like the dark, the positive, the imagine, and then he's got a musical quote here.
The dining room has everything you need for that intimate dining experience. From the extensive wine feature wall to the chandeliers and the humidor. But what it lacks is a grand dining table that completes it. And I suspect that's because no one wants to eat inside when you have good weather and insane views year round. Moving on to some more art. The more I see, the more I align with Pat's good taste. I love contemporary abstract art just as much as I love Suku Freire's automotive art. If only Patrick would commission an art piece of Niki Lauda to join Schumi and Senna, he would have a hallway graced by F1 legends. The Brendan Murphy is more fitting for a home office, but that's just my humble, not so biased opinion.
One of the things we liked about this house is the fact that when you entertain people, you got a lot of different areas. I'll show you back here in a minute, but this area I want to focus on. By the way, you're going to hear that sound nonstop. Boats coming by, they're flying here. First night we bought this place, I sat right here. It was 2:30 in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm having a cigar. I'm laying out, just looking out and thinking about the last 20 years. Sometimes the best conversations are when you're talking to yourself and reflecting about how life's been, because your life is your life. It was a very interesting moment for me. Anyways, there's a fire pit in the middle, so you can do marshmallow, you can do drinks, you can have a glass of whiskey with cigars, and you're having conversations here. This place I like because we'll sit out here, we'll have a nice conversation. Club room is right there. This whole thing opens up, and when we open this whole thing up, people are watching sports, some people are watching movies, someone's having a drink at the bar, conversations at the bar. This place is very special. Let me explain why. You'll go in the jacuzzi, and I'm hanging out in the jacuzzi with the kids. After the jacuzzi's done, you take the stairs, you go upstairs, shower's there, bedroom's there, the office is right here. So if I want to come out and go straight to the office, I come right here, relax, read, do business. And if I need to go back upstairs, I take the stairs back up there. Really neat touch.
This house has an insane amount of well thought out outdoor spaces, and what Pat shows us doesn't even begin to cover the half of it. He casually walks by an outdoor kitchen, which I hope he comes back to. There are more lounging spaces that you can count on your fingers. A sandy beach with an outdoor fire pit and an in-ground spa. You also catch a glimpse of the boat slip with its massive boat lift. Now, one feature that Pat touched on, which I really like, is the outdoor spiral staircase. When you have a house like that and there's a lot of ground to cover, it can be quite annoying to have to go inside and make your way up the stairs every time you want to go to the second floor. So the outdoor staircase eliminates the hassle and keeps the home clean by allowing you to go from the outdoors directly to the second floor.
So one of the great things about here is we can entertain and have 30, 40 people here. You got the bar with the aquarium in the back. Over here, you got this painting that I worked on and commissioned Brent Hill. You see me in here in the blue. Then we have Senna, Ayrton Senna. Then there's Tupac, the Shah of Iran, Lincoln, Kennedy, Einstein. A bunch of different hidden messages in there. MLK, empty chair. And they're debating 2 books, Atlas Shrugged and Communist Manifesto. This is my thinking room. If I want to think, I come here, I close up and I start thinking. This piece was made by Bill Mack. It is called The Thinker. And then here at night, we'll lay out right here with the kids. We'll press a button. The projector will come down. The screens close up. shades close up. This entire place becomes pitch black and we watch a movie. You can have 3 different games being played here. You're sitting at the bar watching. You can watch a movie over there all simultaneously at the same time. And then we got different kinds of drinks. Let me see if we're gonna have my favorite whiskey. This, by far, is my favorite whiskey.
Wow, wow, and wow. Of all the rec rooms I've seen, this is probably my favorite one. I love that he calls it a club room. So you're probably going to start hearing me use that term from now on. The statement of which is, of course, the blue backlit wet bar, which stands out in a dark and moody space. There are also sliding glass doors on all 3 sides that fully open up the room onto an outdoor lounging space for that indoor-outdoor experience. And if that's not enough, the club room doubles as a theatre room. Very cool use of space. I much prefer this to a dedicated theatre room somewhere in the basement. The club room theatre room checks off all the boxes, although I would probably be inclined to put a pool table in there as well. Pat's spirit of choice is, of course, the market's most collectible annual rye whiskey release, starting at $500 a bottle. But let's be real, these bottles sell for double or triple that on the secondary market. And in case you didn't know, Whistle Pig is part Canadian. Some of their rye stock is 10-year-old whiskey sourced from Alberta.
This is my office. It's bright, it's lit up. Do a lot of work here, late night, everyone's asleep. I'll be here till 1 o'clock in the morning, working, open the whole thing. I hear the water, music, the fish right next to me. But love the way they did the office space. Check this out, an artist makes these things and it's very different. The artist makes them for both sides, jerk, fake news, conservative life, you know, all these other things, but he makes them for both sides. Obviously this explains to you where I'm at fiscally. This is the club room.
So basically, Pat collectively refers to the club room as the gym, the home office, and the rec area in the center, all together. It's almost like it's its own wing of the house with a very functional layout. You basically wake up in the morning, come down the spiral staircase on the outside, and you have everything at your fingertips. No need to trek through the house.
Okay, now that you've seen the club room, let me show you upstairs. One cool thing about the chandelier, if you take a look at the chandelier to your left, the chandelier, the way it gets cleaned, they press a button, it comes all the way down, they clean it up one by one by one, and then they press the button, it goes all the way back up. This over here is a really cool piece. If you look from the angle, it's love, but the way the artist did it, one by one with the people, it spells out love. Over on this side, another piece by Peter Tunney, Forever Young. This is one of his pieces that he makes.
I've toured a ton of houses coast to coast. I've seen a lot of chandeliers, and I've always wondered how they get cleaned. So I'm impressed that somebody finally put some thought into it and created an easy solution. By the way, you get to see more of the foyer features that I referred to early on now that Pat has taken the tour upstairs.
Okay, so now let's take a look at the master bedroom, which, by the way, gotta love the master bedroom. Watch this. Four Seasons feel. You got the view of the ocean, big balcony. My wife will always say that I have more shoes than she does, and I think she's right, but this is the master closet. Like I said, Jennifer always says I have more shoes than she does, and she is right. I have 4 sections, she's got 2 sections. And we have plenty of clothes, you know, plenty of privacy here. You're changing, you got all the drawers, you gotta have this ready. If you don't know what this is, you may wanna invest in one of these, and then you gotta have the right things inside. Love the closet. Good size closet. Over here we have the bathroom, and I wanna show you something. The bathtub. Can you tell me where you think the water comes out for the bathtub? Most people cannot figure. You know, is it coming from the sides? Is it coming from a hole here? Or comes from the top. First time I saw that, I said, that's pretty cool to have it set up this way. But I want to show you the shower so you can kind of see this. It's massive when we take a shower here. and it rains. It's so amazing when it rains. And then from this side, when we leave, you come out here and you have water, privacy, downstairs, gym, jacuzzi, club room, office. That flow, to me, is just right.
I think I just found my dream master suite. Ignore the furnishings because you can style the space however you want. But the sheer size, the floor-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall glass with breathtaking water views, the balcony, all unbeatable. Not to mention the accent lighting which highlights the vaulted ceilings and the built-in sound system. The master closet. It's the size of a one-bedroom condo, and it's got everything. An insane number of closets, display cabinets with glass doors, shoe racks, center island with storage, wall mirror, even a lounging space with a TV. And if you're curious about that metal box sitting atop the island, let's just say Pat is exercising his Second Amendment right. Now, the ensuite. As cool as that tub is, which is probably over 1,000 pounds. The most impressive feature is by far the walk-in shower. It's basically an entire room with a massive skylight up top and jets everywhere. So I can only assume it's also a steam shower. We may as well call it a spa at this point.
So at this point, again, you've seen the back of the house. Now this is really the backyard. This is where the partying happens. This is the open space. One of the things that I loved about this house, I believe this is the biggest water frontage home in all of Fort Lauderdale, 810 feet of water frontage. This whole thing goes all the way around because it's 3 lots. If you like sitting here by the water and just listening to the waves and boats coming by and this sound right here, I'll sit here with my 14-week-old daughter and we'll just listen to it and listen to some music. And then right behind us is the cabana. If you had a recording here, you've probably listened to a lot of entertaining conversations. I say sometimes the best podcasts are the ones that are not recorded. I guarantee you some of the best podcasts that's never been recorded has happened right here. And we'll have friends sit down, conversations, having Monte Cristos, Churchills, whatever you like, cigars here. On this side, we have a miniature golf course. The kids sometimes use, I can't brag about my kids being golfers because their daddy's not that interested in golf, but sometimes they act like they're golfing.
810 feet of water frontage. Let that sink in. Being from Australia, there's nothing I love more than water, and this is music to my ears. As if all the outdoor spaces that Pat showed us previously weren't enough. This is the grandest of them all. Unobstructed views, saltwater pool, hot tub, cabana, putting green, outdoor kitchen, you name it. You really don't need the house. You may as well live outdoors year-round.
And in the back, we have a 165-foot dock where we can probably fit a 150-foot yacht. And I'll show that to you here next. This is it. And what I love about this space is private. You go out, make a left, go on the intercoastal. You can either go down or go north.
As if the 810 feet of water frontage and as if the boat slip with the crazy lift we saw early on weren't enough, you can add 165 feet of dock to that. 165. And just to give you an idea of what kind of boat you can fit on that dock, this is Princess Anna, a 147-foot transatlantic yacht currently for sale for $7.5 million US. It has 5 suites that can fit up to 10 people, an outdoor hot tub and cinema, a wet bar, a piano lounge, and a media room with a 100-inch TV. Now, imagine being able to park all of that at your front door.
So this tour has come to an end. I've enjoyed spending time with you. I hope you enjoyed the tour. And there's a couple things I didn't show you. One is a brand new Ferrari I bought, 2021 SF90 Ferrari with 1,000 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. That maybe I'll do a separate video. Having said that, I got to go spend time with the family and you got to get out of here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Close closing out with an SF90 Stradale, of course, which by the way is now trading hands somewhere in the range of $700,000 US. Now, I want to go over some stats just to give you a better idea of the property. 6 beds, 9 baths, 10,436 square feet sitting on 1.1 acres and $140,000 US in annual property taxes. It's a lot of house, and Pat showed us most of it, but he also didn't show us a good chunk of it, which is what I may say may have been a little bit disappointing about this property tour. He left out the 5-car garage, the elevator, the outdoor kitchen and wet bar, the 3-season room, the 65 by 20 boat slip with lift, the living room, the massive kitchen with double islands and Calicatta gold Italian marble countertops, just to name a few. I'm losing my breath. So, Patrick, if you're watching this, I'd love to come down and do a full tour. And as soon as the video comes out, your property will appreciate by 5% just like that. So, let's make this happen. That's it for this video. Let me know in the comments whose house tour you'd like me to review next. Don't forget to like and subscribe, visit my Amazon store for must-have household items, and sign up for a membership on the channel for exclusive behind-the-scenes content. And on that note, I'll see you in the next one.